going on, YouTube? It is your boy Dev, guys, and today we are back again with another legendary video, man. You guys see that 2016 Harley Davidson Street Glide behind me, and today we are doing a 5-year review on this motorcycle. Now, I've only had this bike for 3 years. I bought it 2 years old with 1,500 miles on it, but it was like brand new when I got it, and this bike is now 5 years old. So we're about to do a review, and I'm about to let you know if a Harley Davidson Street Glide is worth your investment. So let's jump in, y'all. Alright guys, I wanted to bring this bike to a big open parking lot so that I could tell you all about my 2016 Harley Davidson Street Glide to start, and then we're going to finish this video on a ride along so you guys can see what it's actually like being out on this bike, and I can show you how the power is on this motorcycle. So let's get it. Here she is, man. This is my 2016 Harley Davidson Street Glide Special in hard candy gold flake. Little history on this bike, man. This bike came out back in 2016. I was actually a senior in high school when this bike came out. I wanted this bike so bad. I was just freaking in love with the color, but sadly, your boy could not afford it, man. Your boy was a senior in high school. I was broke, didn't have any money, but I set the goal of accomplishing one day being able to buy this bike. Now, fortunately, 2 years later, I actually graduated with my degree from University of Akron and ended up buying this bike as basically my graduation gift to myself. Now, yes, this was a big gift. It was $20,000, guys. The bike was $19,000, and then after taxes and fees, the out-the-door price ended up being like $20,500. So it was a big investment for a 20-year-old kid, but you know what I'm saying? Today, I'm here to tell you that it was 100% worth it. So let's jump in on a little review on this beautiful motorcycle. So the first thing I want to talk about today, guys, is the reliability. When I was buying a Harley Davidson motorcycle, I knew that the motorcycle was American made, and for some reason in my brain, I have this negative connotation when it comes to American made, like cars, motorcycles, because I'm used to driving like foreign, like Honda, Toyota, and I know that they don't break down. And I know that I've had a Suzuki GSX-R 1000 for, I think, 6 or 7 years now, and I know that I've not had any reliability issues out of that motorcycle. So I did have a little fear with buying an American-made motorcycle such as a Harley Davidson, but I can tell you that I have not had a lick of issues out of this motorcycle as far as mechanically. Now, I've had one little issue on this motorcycle, and I'm about to show you exactly what it was. The only thing that has ever went wrong on this motorcycle for me was this piece actually right here. In here, the shift linkage, the guy who had it before me, he must have been kind of hard. Like they say, if you kick this down, and I'm not talking about like just, hitting it down. He must have been kicking it, but for whatever reason, that piece stripped one day when I was on my way to Erie, Pennsylvania, which was about 2 hours away. But luckily, there was a Harley Davidson dealership on the way, and the mechanics, they swapped it out real quick, and I've been good to go ever since. That was actually my first year of having this bike. It probably had maybe 3,500 miles on it when that happened. And like I said, it now has almost 15,000 miles on it, and I've not had a lick of issue out of the new shift linkage. So that was like one of the only issues that I've had with this bike. But as far as mechanically, I've never had any oil leaks. I've never had anything really go wrong with it. Other than that, guys, really, mechanically, this bike is sound. Guys, I'm not that type of dude who rides this Harley soft. If you go check out some of my other videos, man, you see we run these Harleys very hard. We race these Harleys. We be doing smackdowns on these Harleys. We do everything on these bikes. We ride these Harleys to their max potential. And guys, when I tell you that I've not had a lick of issues out of this bike has been bulletproof for your boys. So I got to give it to Harley, man, because the reliability has been there. The next thing I want to talk about, guys, is the styling on this motorcycle, man. I have to give it to Harley Davidson because I feel like they made a timeless looking machine when they built this 2016 Harley Davidson Street Glide. So in 2014, Harley Davidson did an update to their Street Glide. It was called the Mount Rushmore update. And basically, they just gave the Street Glide like a facelift. Made it a little bit sexier, and gave it like a facelift to just make it look a little bit more sexier. Like I just said, man, like it just looks really, really good. And to be honest, this bike versus the newer bikes don't really look much different. The newer bikes come with different wheels, which I changed my stock wheels out for some chrome enforcers, as you see. Some of the newer bikes, like the newer specials, come with extended bags. I put extended bags on this bike. As you can see, I ordered them from a place called Avon Black. I think they were like $6.50, and they came color matched, which was sweet. I didn't have to worry about that. But the styling of this motorcycle looks so great that, in my opinion, it's not really worth me upgrading to a new one when this one still looks like a new one to me, man. Like when I pull up at places, I always get compliments. Everywhere I go, people are always like, bro, is that a new one? Man, that bad boy is nice, man. That's one of the nicest paint jobs I've seen all day. Dang, that thing look good, man. Man, how old are you to be on that bike? You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally get it all, guys, because, you know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful motorcycle, and it looks just like a new Street Glide, especially with the color. Like, a lot of people, you don't see that color every day. So a lot of people are always asking me, man, is that a custom paint job? I'm always like, man, it came stock like that. Custom from Harley Davidson, baby. But, you know what I'm saying? So that's dope. But the styling, I have to give it to it, man. To be 5 years old, it still fits right in with the new ones. Not really worth me upgrading to a new one for looks, because this looks like a new bike. The last thing I want to talk about before we hit the road on this motorcycle is I want to talk about the depreciation. Now me, I'm a finance guy, I'm a personal finance guy, and anything that I buy, someone has to make financial sense in my mind in order for me to make the move on it. So this bike, I thought that this bike was going to depreciate like crazy. Now, if we're going to talk about depreciation, I guess we need to talk about what this bike was worth new. So the guy who bought this bike before me, Harley Davidson, was asking like $27,000 for this bike plus tax and fees. He ended up getting some accessories done, so he was a little bit over $30,000. I told you what I paid. I only paid $19,000 for this bike, and it was 2 years old with 1,500 miles on it. So I feel like I got a really good deal. It was mostly stock. It did have this air breather on it right here, and it had some Reinhardt pipes, in which I ripped those off immediately because I wasn't a Reinhardt fan. I needed something a little bit deeper, a little thunder sound, you feel me? But I did take those off. But other than that, it was basically stock. It didn't have the chrome wheels on there. It didn't have chrome forks. It didn't have the grips, anything like that. I did all that stuff to it. But I paid $19,000 for this bike. And then after taxes and fees, the total ended up being like $20,500. Now, if you go to Cycle Trader right now, if you went to Cycle Trader right now while you're watching this video on your other browser or whatever, and looked at what these Harley Davidson motorcycles are going for from the year of 2014, basically to the year of 2016, these bikes, they are still asking, guys, they are still asking like $18,000 for this bike. And some of them have like 30,000, 40,000 miles on them. This bike only has 14,500 miles on it, and I could get probably what I paid for this bike with the little accessories that I have on it. I could probably get what I paid for this bike 3 whole years ago, which is absolutely crazy. I thought I was gonna lose a lot of money on this bike, but this bike hasn't depreciated like I thought it was going to, man. It's held its value, and to be honest, this was actually a solid investment for what it was. Now, of course, it's a motorcycle. It's a depreciating asset. Yes, it's going to lose value over time, but at least I didn't lose my butt on this bike. You know what I'm saying? If I would have bought it brand new, I would have lost like $10,000, whereas right now, it's still worth what I paid for it. So that's something I always try to look at, just in case you ever hit hard times in your life and you need to off a toy real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't ever want to be negative. You always want to be in the green. And your boy's in the green. This bike is actually about to be paid off next year. I'm proud to say that, man. And yeah, man, we living life, baby. We living life. The last portion that I want to do on this video is I want to do a like a ride along so that you can see what it's like actually being on this motorcycle. And I want to show the power a little bit, because a lot of people think Harleys are slow and they don't move, but usually those people are people that have never rode Harleys before. So we about to go on a little cruise, and y'all about to see how this thing floats. First thing you'll notice hopping on this bike, man, even though it's a bigger bike and it looks very heavy, once you get going, it really don't feel like nothing. And one of the dope things about this bike, when they redid everything in 2014, they made it handle like a dream, man. Like, this bike handles, you would think you're really on a sport bike, to be honest. As you see, 0 to 60 is super quick. I think 0 to 60 actually on this bike is only like 4.5 seconds. But it floats, it moves, and it does what you need it to do when you tell it to do it. Now, of course, it's not a Gixxer 1000, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, in my situation, I'm not looking to make a bunch of power out of this bike. You know, there's some people who, you know, the Harley may be their only bike, and you know what I'm saying, they're looking to make a lot of power out of it because they want a lot of power out of the bike that they ride all the time. Whereas your boy has a Gixxer 1000 that I ride as well, and you know, this is kind of like my slow bike. This is my bike that I hop on when I just want to cruise and turn my music on and chill. But it lacks no power, guys, and it's super smooth with it. You know what I'm saying? Never does it feel off. You know, it feels like a brand new bike, to be completely honest with you guys. It floats, it goes, and man, the power is there. The power is there. Before I cut this video, we're gonna hop on the highway real quick so I can give you all a real nice pull. But the power is there. And the sound, guys, the sound is amazing when you put the right pipes on this bike. Now, I have a pipe called DNA Megaphones. I paid $150 for these pipes. They're slip-on pipes. This bike does not have a stage 1 done to it. Nothing is done to it, just these pipes. And literally, it feels amazing. It sounds amazing. I know a lot of people like the D&Ds. I know y'all be mentioning them in the comments all the time. The D&Ds are cool if you're trying to make a lot of power. You know, those are the pipes to go with. But for your boy, man, I'm just trying to get out here, make a little noise, have some fun, sound good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't out here trying to make all that power on this bike because I got a bike for that. This is my cruiser, and you know, when I get on this, I'm not trying to break no speed records, although this bike will do between 110 and 115 miles per hour. But when we on these, we ain't trying to break no speed records, man. We usually just cruising, turning some corners, got the music bumping. That's probably one of my favorite things about this motorcycle, to be completely honest, guys. It be the music. Typically, I got my music bumping, and it's crazy, man. The system on this bike is still cool. I haven't done any upgrades to the system. Is the system the best? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But can you hear the music when you're riding, and does it sound decent? Yes, it sounds decent, and for a motorcycle, it's actually pretty dope, man. So that's probably actually one of my favorite things about this bike. Will probably have to be the system, man. The system just, you know, it's just dope having music on a motorcycle. It's dope pulling up to red lights. You got your music up loud. People next to you dancing in the car. Y'all be watching Queen Sits videos. Y'all be seeing it, man. That always happens, man. When you pull up next to lights, Joker's always rocking with you. You know what I'm saying? If they're not a hater, you know, of course you get them people who act like you don't exist. But that is what it is. And you always got to remember, man, everybody ain't happy to see you out here winning, dog. Yeah, everybody ain't happy to see you winning. And, you know, when you pull up on a motorcycle like this, you know, everybody ain't pulling up on something like this. You know, you might be able to squeeze, you know, a $5,000, $10,000 sport bike, but this is in another league for a lot of people. You know, I know a lot of people, you know, out there with that big money, and, you know, they're like, man, a $20,000 motorcycle, that ain't nothing. But that ain't how it is for most of the people around me that I see. $20,000 motorcycle was a dream. So it's something that, you know, you really got to know that you want if you're going to get one. But my goal with this video is to show you that, you know, I recommend it, man. I recommend it 100%. I'm going to let this car get some space in front of us, and then I'm going to pull real hard on this ramp so y'all can see what it is, man. Make sure we got this camera rolling. We live. So we about to give it all she got, y'all. We about to give it a full run, and just so y'all can see, you know, what I'm talking about, because this thing run, man. Y'all saw what that was, man. Y'all saw what that was. So a lot of people think these bikes are slow, man. They ain't slow, and you can do what you need to do too, man. Like if you need to, you know, move your way through traffic, ain't nothing holding you up, dog. Ain't nothing holding you up. You can push your way down the highway, and you do it with ease, man. You do it with ease. plenty of passive power. I'm in 5th gear right now. And we floating, dog. And we floating. You feel me? So a lot of people think Harleys are slow. That is so far from the truth. They've never rolled one if they say that. Now, of course, is it a Gixxer 1000? Absolutely not. We already said that. It ain't crazy fast like that, but they do go. They are a ton of fun, guys. And if you're thinking about getting one, yes, you should. Do what you got to do to put yourself in a position to be able to afford this and make it happen. You know what I'm saying? For some of you, it might not be no big deal. Just go pick out your color. For others, you might have to do what I did, figure out a way that you can get an investment to pay for it. But do whatever you got to do to make it happen, man, because they are so much fun, man. I know I briefly touched on the handling a minute ago, and it don't look like I'm gonna have to take this corner that crazy with this car in front of me, but these bad boys handle like a dream as well. Look like we got a grandma in front of us, man. They taking this corner as weak as we could take it, but I wanted to show y'all how this thing lean, but y'all know what it is. Just go watch some of my other videos. I had a video a couple weeks ago, me trying to keep up with my Uncle CVO in the corners. And we was on this country road, y'all, and we was taking these corners like none other. On these big old Harleys, on these 900-pound Harleys. So, they handle, they do what you tell them to do. Oh, that's a grandpa. It's a grandpa over there. I knew it was somebody over there, because, man, they take that bad boy a little slow. This bike gets a lot of head turns, guys. Like I said, I can't go anywhere without this bike getting noticed. Without somebody saying something. Man, that's a nice bike. Woohoo! Man, y'all love my street glide, man. I freaking love my street glide. If I had to make the purchase again, guys, I would. One of the dope things about this motorcycle is, you know, it's forced me to become a lot smarter too, man, because I really wanted this bike, but $20,000 was a lot of money for your boy. I was only 20 years old. I had a decent job making good money, but in the last video, I told y'all that I really wasn't feeling the job that I had, but I didn't want to sell my street glide so that I could quit my job. So it forced me to level up my thinking. Ended up starting to buy rental properties. Now I got 3 rental properties that make, you know, enough money to buy a few of these bikes. So, you know, sometimes in life, man, you gotta walk on faith, man, and that's what I did with this bike. And it's crazy, man, my YouTube channel kind of blew up with this bike. So it's helped with so much, and, you know, I don't know. I feel like if you're thinking about it, do it. Do it! Hey, you ain't gonna regret it. It's a legendary piece of machinery. Yeah, this thing floats, y'all. Alright, sis, we see you out there on that, I don't even know what it was, but on that cruiser, girl, we see you. But yeah, man, I'm gonna see you in a second when we pull up, when we pull back up at the crib, man, and we'll talk about my final thoughts. Alright guys, your boy's pulling back up at the crib, man, and all I got to say, man, is this is a legendary motorcycle. It's huge, yes. I'm only 5'6", y'all. I weigh 125 pounds on a good day. And yeah, on a good day. A lot of y'all was talking in my last video, one of my last videos when I was racing Adrian. Y'all was like, man, he's so much bigger. Yeah, he has like 100 pounds on me. So that's why it was funny, man. It was all friendly competition, you know what I'm saying? We was just out there having fun, but, you know, some people be taking it so serious in the comments. But, you know what I'm saying? I only weigh 125 pounds on a good day, like I said. I'm 5'6", 5'5" and a half, 5'6", you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm somewhere around there, but I'm able to control this bike with ease, man. It is no big deal controlling this bike, because once you get used to the weight, it's nothing, man. You learn how to maneuver it. You learn how to, you know, make do with it. You know what I'm saying? Because it becomes your bike, and, you know, you become one with the bike. So anyways, guys, my final thoughts, man. It's a legendary bike, man. You need to get one. If you don't have one yet, I don't know what you're waiting on, man. Get you a bagger. It'll change your life, dog. Get you a bagger. It'll change your life. Final thoughts on this motorcycle, man. Like I said, get you a bagger. It is changing life, dog. That's all I got to say, man. The styling is there. The power is there. The music is probably my favorite thing about having this motorcycle, man. I love cruising around with my music all the way up, chilling. You know what I'm saying? I love that. It is so much fun, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's kind of flashy, guys. I ain't even gonna lie. Just on that short little 5-minute ride I just went on and I took y'all on, man. People was looking. People was breaking their necks looking at that bad boy because it looks good, guys. It sounds good. You know, the sound is just another thing, man. It's just so many things about this bike that I freaking love about my Harley Davidson Street Glide, man. So if you don't have one already and you're thinking about getting one, hope this video encouraged you to get one. Harley Davidson, where's my sponsor at, man? I'm sending people y'all way. Where's my sponsorship at, man? But, hey, if y'all don't believe me, man, go check out Queen Sitch channel, man. She makes legendary Harley Davidson content, man. She's super dope. I've been following her channel for a while. I've been subscribed for forever. And she's dope. Go check out my man Traveling Tall, man. Traveling Tall, he has a 2019, I believe, Street Glide special. It's a 2019 or 2020, but it's all black. He has chrome on it and super dope. Y'all, I'm not the only one that love my Street Glide, man. Traveling Tall has a Street Glide. Queen Sit has a Road Glide. You know, everybody that I ride with has a Street Glide or a Road Glide, man. We all got them, man. We all love them, and they're dope motorcycles, man. But always remember, man, when God is in it, there is no limit, man. I'm blessed to have this motorcycle. I do not take it lightly that God gave me the opportunity to have such a beautiful bike at such a young age. It's a blessing, and I take care of it, you know, and I treat it, you know, as such, man. It's a blessing. So, hey, man, God is good, baby. But always remember, when God is in it, there is no limit. We will see y'all in the next video. Peace.